I think things. I think things, and therefore I have this playlist. I'm putting on gloves because I have such an issue putting this in. With it slipping, I thought I'd get some grip. But I get flashbacks sometimes. Um, oh, content warning. Uh, just talking about pain, homelessness, chronic illness, like brutal stuff. I don't know if I'll go into graphic detail or not, but I cringe when I think about it, flashback or not, just thinking about it, and how freaking painful it was. And I'm still in pain on a daily basis. Like, it's normal, I guess. Like, I don't know what it means to not be in pain. Or like what is that even like? Um, but I can't imagine. Right now my spine hurts. I don't want to lay down though. I got stuff to do. My kid's coming soon, but I gotta get this out of my system. Like, when I was homeless, the pain I felt, just, oh my gosh. And going through those health issues, I kept thinking, how could a world be so cruel in the first place? Like, just to end up, um, and it wasn't fair. We lost the house not because we did anything wrong. It was a whole ordeal. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to talk about or not because of legal reasons. Like, it was a big thing, and like I've said before, I've won the court case and everything. Everybody pretty much did. Slumlord deal, big deal, but especially before the surgery. Um, Before the surgery, I had a condition that was awful on top of other things, and throughout it all, though I got the diagnosis, I had thought we figured it out, but now they're thinking it might be something else. But like, we figured out a lot, okay? And I remember before the surgery, it was awful. The pain I felt is gut wrenching. I just want to curl up in a ball thinking about it. And I didn't think I was gonna make it, and then I got the surgery while I was in a shelter. But then going back into the woods with this tube was so risky, and I kept going in and out of the hospital, which was torture. Like, they just spit you back out, they heal you up, spit you back out, heal you up, spit you back out, to get hurt, to get sick. Like, this is America, and where I was, especially, they had it. It was impossible. Like, they just waited for you to die. They don't talk about that on the news. They pulled my friend out of the woods. How many people out there are just, like, when I got hypothermia, they just warm me up, spit me back out into the cold, and it was torture. So much torture that I signed a DNR at one point. And now that I'm housed, we got things stable at least, and we're still trying to figure more out. But like, I'm stable at least, and better, not as bad. Way not as bad, so much better, but still like going through some things health wise. But like before, remembering being in the woods, and just when I fell down the hill into the creek, I wasn't supposed to submerge with the surgery with this hole in my stomach. Like, I'm not, and it just, and then getting sick. The tube was supposed to give me a better life, like, well-being, I guess. And it does when I'm housed, but not in the woods. And I remember the summer and the winter, heat or cold, it was just torture. And just in and out of the hospital, seizures, and like, when I look at my app, there's an app, a health app I think I've talked about before, where you could check your stuff. I've been in the hospital, I have no memory of it, in ICU for 3 days, like, over a seizure. I don't remember, apparently I've gotten a letter that I guess I had a seizure in front of a building or like a business, and like if I needed a lawyer. I have no memory. Getting the skull fracture and the pain and the blood. I remember being covered in blood, and it was unbearable. Even when I was in my unit before the surgery, it was worse. Just imagine being stabbed. Imagine being stabbed in your stomach, everywhere. Just being stabbed in your spine, in your stomach. Stabbed constantly. There's no escape. And just, you want to curl up. You want to puke. And I did that a lot. I did curl up and puke a lot. And then, just... I'm glad it's not that bad, but I still get flashbacks and stuff, and just the way, I gave up going to the hospital a bit. Like, for the most part, I didn't go back, though, because my tube had ripped in the woods, which, like, I could die. If it fell out, like, when I don't know if I did a video talking about how I fell down that hill into the creek. But, I unsigned the DNR. I kept the DNI though, but yeah, I finally made it, and I'm just not just I'm pretty much unpacked. I don't know, like materialistic wise, but mentally I'm still unpacking all that, and but I have a therapist, I have coping skills, and I have this I Think Things playlist event. I'm trying to put this piercing in. Did I explain that when I have gloves on? Oh, it makes me so mad. Since the eye infection, it's got this screwed up, and I think it gauged it. I think I get a 14 gauge now, because just that whole month-long, or 2-month-long infection in my face. I don't know what the F. That was just insane. And my doctor's wondering if I have a bone. I'm infected somewhere. They're doing a culture, but I'm infected somewhere, and I gotta do these lab work, these blood tests next week, and my shit hurts still. I think that's what triggers the memory. It's the flashback. Cause my shit hurts. My back hurts. My leg hurts. The tube has really benefited me. So at least that hurts. That was a little rough getting my tube changed, but I'll wake up feeling like my leg is broken, and it's crazy because it shouldn't be. And he said, I didn't know your bones could get infected, but I don't know. I'm glad I got a doctor, and part of me still for a while it took me till 2021 to find a good doctor, and to listen and not blame it on my anxiety. That diagnosis screwed me, and getting with him validated everything, finding that doctor that would listen and actually check stuff out, and not just your vitals, really investigate, and everything I complained about was validated. And it's just I had a doctor take me serious sooner, maybe I wouldn't have suffered. Maybe I wouldn't have even needed the tube for the rest of my life. But in the end, I'm just grateful I have the doctor I have, and I really work with him. He works with me. He's wonderful, and super intelligent, and I kind of got upset last time I saw the endocrinologist, because I thought we had it figured out. I thought we had it, but there might be another thing. Maybe chronic fatigue syndrome last resort. After we do all these tests, I don't even know how do you even, but there's other things it could be. So and just like, even though I'm not in as much pain as I was in the woods and stuff, or in my unit, or in the cold on the streets, sleeping behind dumpsters and shit, the pain triggers those memories at times and makes me cringe. Specifically, I remember being low-key in my unit. I hadn't had the surgery yet, but I still had a medical device. I was just bleeding. I was covered in blood, and it was winter, and I couldn't get warm, and it just felt like being stabbed in my gut and in my back, and just the pain, the bitter wind biting me, no matter how much covers I put on me, my toes. How, imagine sticking your toes in the snow and leaving them there, even though I had them covered. And I already get anxiety from the hypothermia incident, and it's just like, I was thinking about that, and I wanted to get it out of my system. I am hurting. I got medicine for it, but I don't take it until I feel like I want to curl up in a ball. I wait till I feel like I'm gonna be stabbed, or not gonna be. I'm getting stabbed at least before I take it. I try to tough it out, which I'm pretty good at. I try to mind over matter a lot of things, and if it gets to a point I can't mind over matter, I'll take the medicine. And it's just, I want to get this piercing real bad. Anyway, yeah, it triggers those memories, and how shitty America is with its own people. Bodies are probably in the woods they don't talk about on the news. They talk about, a lot of the times when I see homeless people, and now that I'm housed, I just think, especially in the winter, I'm like, oh man, they're dead. I thought I was gonna be dead like the others in the snow. Just, it breaks my heart. It fucks me up how it's like this and this bad, and now it's terrifying. I want to move out. If I could, if I wasn't so sick and I was able to leave the country, I would. I don't know. I don't want to leave my doctor. Oh, I don't want to leave him. He's helped me so much. But yeah, it's sickening. I don't know if other countries are like that, and there's just a huge stigma. We're people too, and a lot of us didn't choose to be on the streets, and not everyone's a drug addict, and a lot of people on the streets turn to drugs because, oh my gosh, it's so hard to get out, and a lot of people are sleeping in ditches and then going to work, trying to make it still. And it's just, yeah, well, there's people just out here dying in America's own backyard, and no one. I remember they were trying to do something about it where I used to be, and they wanted to pretty much put the homeless up back in this field. They didn't want homeless being seen in their town. Freaking snobs. And it was gross. How people treat other people. Oh, good for you, you're upper middle class, but we're people too, lower class. I think they're calling for a dog out there. So they're hollering for somebody. But yeah, we're all people. No matter how much money you make, no matter how good your life is compared to another, we're all people. And just the disrespect that the homeless get is disgusting. and sad. And yeah, so I just wanted to vent about that. And well, I tried to get this piercing in. It's not liking me right now, but so I think things. I was thinking about that because I was hurting and getting flashbacks, but now it's out of my system. I don't want to get this in. I want to get this in. But okay. I got it in. Look. Oh, hold on. I got it in finally. I need to make sure it's tight. What sucks is these not the balls, but the other things are cheap. I mean, maybe not cheap. It's just the threads. I don't know. They don't like to hold on. But yeah, I got it in. After like a week of trying, and what sucks is I'm gonna have to get an MRI and take it out. I still, since the skull fracture, they said I was supposed to have surgery like 2 weeks after, and I've been needing an MRI for a year, over a year, and I overslept. I was supposed to go today. Oops. I think part of me's nervous. Because they're like, you get third degree burns, with your tattoos. And I'm like, shit. Not that it's common, but I don't know. But I need it because in the CT scans it shows that there's fat. My skull is fused together and there's like fat shoved between there and mass. Up in my forehead, up in here, there's a mass, and they need MRI. They also, there's no I just gotta do it. I don't know why I'm afraid of it, but I am, okay. And but yeah, so pain. So yeah, but I'm glad we got things figured out, at least diagnose wise, and even if there's a new thing, we'll figure it out. Like, I'm confident. I'm just like, I'm gonna gotta cooperate with this MRI, but I'll do it. I'll get it done. So